Hello, welcome to Thursday Night Bhakti. This is the first Thursday night that I've been with you since I've been back from India. Been back almost 2 weeks now. And I had a lovely time in Rishikesh and then visiting Delhi for a few days after that. But now back and ready to share a little bhakti with you this evening. So it's a Halloween evening and there are trick-or-treaters coming to our door. So if you hear a little barking in the background, it's because my puppies are greeting all of our Halloween guests. So tonight we're going to do a mantra. The first mantra, I've blended 2 mantras together tonight. And the first mantra is one that I learned from Christopher Wallace, from Harish. And this mantra is Sacchārānanda, Sacchārānanda parapūrnam. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about what's behind that mantra and the mantra that it will lead into. So all that exists, everything that exists or has ever existed or ever will exist is one infinite divine being. And this being is free and blissful, whose body is the entire universe, and whose soul is consciousness. So if we think about that for a moment, the body is the entire universe. This is Shakti. This is the creative power. And the soul is consciousness. This is Shiva. There's no Shiva without Shakti, there's no Shakti without Shiva. They are enmeshed. And we are all extensions and expressions of that divine consciousness through this idea of Shakti, or creative power of the Supreme. And so this is who we are. This is the truth of who we are. And this mantra reminds us of our true nature. We do our spiritual practices. We do our sadhanas. And those spiritual practices are really all about removing the impediments to our ability to remember who we are, to see ourselves for who we really are, this expression of divine consciousness. And so this mantra helps us to get underneath all of our mind chatter. It helps us to get underneath all of our emotional highs and lows. It gets us in all of the activities and the emotional highs and lows that are attached to that mind chatter. And we get underneath that to our true nature, which is eternal bliss. So that's what this mantra is about. The first word, Sacchārānanda. So Sacchārānanda, it means the bliss of a way of being that is in alignment with who we really are. And parapūrnam. Parapūrnam is this idea of the most supreme that is whole and complete. Shivo'ham, the next word, this means I am pure consciousness. This is acknowledging that we are an expression of the divine, that we are pure consciousness, just as the divine is pure consciousness, if we get out of our own way so that we can connect with that. Nityānanda, eternal bliss is my true nature. And Ānando'ham, I am bliss. So those are the words for the first part of that mantra, and then I just tacked on Soham, which means I am that. So we're acknowledging that we, in fact, are an expression of the divine. And then the next part of it is something that doesn't really connect officially to this mantra of Sacchārānanda parapūrnam. But the second part is Om Śiva Śrī Śakti. So again, we're acknowledging not just divine consciousness, but the expression of that divine consciousness. And not just all of the expressions of the divine, but in fact, the divine, the supreme, that is underlying all of the expressions, all of the wonderful manifestations that are all around us, in us, of us. And then the next line, Śivoham Śaktyoham. So, Shivo'ham, we know, I am Shiva, I am this divine bliss. Śaktyoham, I am the expression of this divine bliss. So we're claiming that, who we are, in this mantra. And then the next part is Om Namaḥ Sada Śivāya and Om Namaḥ Sai Śankari. So Om Namaḥ Sada Śivāya, we're honoring the eternal nature of bliss consciousness of Shiva. And Om Namaḥ Sai Śankari. Sai is a word for the mother goddess, and Śankari is the feminine expression of Shiva. So we're honoring again divine consciousness, blissful consciousness, and the expression of that consciousness. And then Om Namaḥ Sadā Pārvatī. And Pārvatī is just another name for the expression of Shakti, or the expression of Śankari. So those are the words for our mantra tonight. And I have to, my kitty was moving her tail against my nose, so it got all tickly with kitty hair. So Solo will be up, I'm sure, in our lap and in our face in a moment, but we'll start our mantra. So I'll turn on a little bit of our wonderful digital dabla. Sacchārānanda parapūrnam Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Nityānanda svarupa Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Nityānanda svarupa Shivoham Shivo'ham Ānando'ham 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 Soham 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 Shivoham 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 Sacchārānanda parapūrnam Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Sacchārānanda parapūrnam Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Nityānanda svarupa Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Nityānanda svarupa Shivo'ham Shivo'ham Śivoham Śaktyoham Śrī Śakti Om Shiva Śrī Śakti Śivoham Śaktyoham Śivoham Śaktyoham Om Namaḥ Sadā Śivāya Om Namaḥ Sai Śankari Om Namaḥ Sadā Śivāya Om Namaḥ Sai Śankari Shivoham Śaktyoham Om Namaḥ Sadā Śivāya Om Namaḥ Sadā Pārvatī Om Namaḥ Sadā Śivāya Om Namaḥ Sai Śankari Om Shiva Śrī Śakti Om Shiva Śrī Śakti Śivoham Śaktyoham Śivoham Śaktyoham Śivoham Śaktyoham Om Shiva Śrī Śakti Om Namaḥ Sadā Śivāya Shivoham. I am Shiva. I am divine consciousness. Śaktyyoham. I am the expression of that divine consciousness. I am Shakti. Ānando'ham. I am bliss. I am bliss consciousness. So I hope that all of our spiritual practices, all of our sadhana, just moves all of that ancillary stuff out of the way. All of our crazy thoughts, all of our shifting emotions, and lets us sink down underneath all of that so that we can remember who we truly are. We can remember Soham. I am that. Soham. Soham. Thank you for being with me tonight for Thursday Night Bhakti. Happy Halloween to everyone. And happy birthday to my husband. Today is his birthday, my sweet husband of 36 years. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and please join me next Thursday. I'm here every Thursday night for a 30-minute pause in our busy day to sink into just a little bit of devotional bhakti, devotional mantra. So thank you for joining me. Solo says good night. She's resting on my lap, but I have to move now to turn the camera off. So sorry, Solo. Oh, up we go. Good night, everybody.